First of all, good afternoon, everyone. I think that we're coming from a disappointing match against the Galaxy. I think when I say disappointment, I open the opportunity to understand that if I'm a fan of this club, I'm not happy of the performance. I'm not excited of what I saw after the 30 minutes of the first half. I think if we look at our team against the Galaxy and we look at the things that we did the first 20, 30 minutes, that is a team that can win many matches and can do very well. But what we saw right after, I completely, I'm in the thinking that this is not a team that can accomplish something big this year. So we all know we will take fall in that particular match, and players, coaches are committed to make sure that we have to show ourselves better, which we have shown in many times before this year, and of course many years in everything that we have won so far. So it is important to make sure that we stayed focused, that we continue to have the support of our fans that I know 100% believe in the players, in us, and in the path, and especially in this game that is going to be a difficult game against a good team that is coming from being on the field about 5 matches. So they come with confidence, and it's going to be a difficult match in a team that has changed some of their ways in somehow. San Jose plays a little bit different. It's still man-to-man in some areas, maybe a little bit more zonal or dropping into spaces a little bit more than they used to do before. The system 3-4-3, no longer the way they used to play. But all things, different things are the same. And we believe that we have the group to be able to step at home, especially, and be able to have a very good performance. Training has been good these days. We have some players back. Finally, in long, we're going to leave some players out of the roster, which for us is first in probably from the beginning of the year. And that's, pretty much where we have been, trying to manage a very difficult situation in a way that still put us right now in a moment that we can still continue to climb and be in a playoff situation. But we don't have many tomorrows. We have a lot of todays that we have to solve, the things that we have to improve. And I think the team is fully committed with the coaches to make sure that we step on the field tomorrow and get a strong performance.
We will start questions off with Kyle Garcia.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. You've already touched on it quite a bit here with just, it's nice that we're now reaching a stage where people are coming back. Eric's obviously back from the Gold Cup. People are recovering. Seba's obviously working his way back into shape, and he's done well. I'm just kind of wondering, even with these past tough few results, how optimistic are you about your team's chances going forward, knowing that you are starting to finally reach a point where, like you said, you have to actually make tough decisions about who to leave off of, like, travel rosters and things like that?
Yeah. So first of all, going a little bit back, yes, we have had to manage some very difficult situations through injuries and CONCACAF champions, and some of those games in which we made some rotations and limited roster haven't gone our ways. We're not happy about those moments. We have also on another talking situation is that we have gotten some very good results with a limited group of players. We Galaxy at home, with Sporting Kansas City, San Jose away from home. So we got in those points that are keeping us right now on a situation which we can still climb back again. And we do have that belief now that we have the players. Of course, we have to make sure that we get better in some areas. I'm not happy that we have conceded a little bit more goals than what we should have. Of course, we probably can score more goals. So there's different areas in which we can improve. But as much as we were the best in the top 2 scoring teams last year, or probably have some of the better play last year. For me, I think one of the best teams, if not the best last year, playing in the way we played, and unfortunately not being able to make the final. We understand that this moment we need to improve. We need to be better. We're not quite there, but we do have now the players to be able to move forward at this time. And that's exciting. That is good coming from that last result, even more important so. And the fact that we're leaving players out at this moment will create more competition and will make, the players understand that their training, the games are going to be even more important for them. And we have a better selection to be able to choose going forward.
Next, we'll go to Tyler Tachman.
Hey, Coach, I hope you're doing well. We just talked to Eric, and I want to go back a year or two that I know the first couple of years he was with the Timbers. He didn't get a whole lot of playing time, but then in 2020, he had the breakout campaign. What did you see? What was the difference between him from 2019 to 2020?
First of all, credit to the full coaching staff, credit to Eric, credit to the organization that believed in him. And I think we all wanted the same, but we were not willing to give it that easy because we understood at the moment that we saw Eric. I saw from the get-go as soon as we saw Eric, because I went to basically every T2 match that we play. I went to see him play, and we saw that there was talent, and we saw that there was a quality beyond all the players, but also that talent needed to come with an understanding that there need to be a work behind that talent that will move him forward to where he needed to be. An understanding that there's a sense of urgency in a lot of the times that when you play. And I think that was the part of his transition from where he was before to trying to get to where he needed to get to. And it took him a little bit of time. We were not willing to give it that easy to him. And credit to him that he endured. He didn't go anywhere. He embraced the commitment to continue to compete. He went away to Portugal, which I think he learned a lot of things as well there in what we were trying to do here. And once he clicked in him and understood what he needed to do, he started to play, and then he started to get better and recognize some of the things now tactically that he needed to do better, some better decisions making, but they came with a little bit more hardworking mentality. It came with the talent that we know that he has, and we haven't seen yet the top. He's an extremely talented player, and now he's getting the fruits of what he's putting in. It was so, exciting to see him raise the cup with the national team. It was a moment for us coaches, and especially for him, that was very special. And now he's back with us. So I still believe that there's a bigger, ceiling for him to be able to continue to reach, but he needs to continue to work the way he has done so far.
Next, we'll go to Kyle Pennell.
Hi, Gio. I hope you're doing well. I just had a few questions I meant to ask last week, actually, with Santiago Moreno. And I'm curious from what you're understanding as far as the U22 initiative and all that, and where your roster stands, if you have more U22 player slots available, or if you only had one and you used it on Santiago. And also, I just feel like I should ask with the deadline in a few days, is there a possibility for anything last minute, or from what you know, what you're working with is obviously the team going through to the playoffs?
So with Santiago Moreno, very content that everything got done, and he will be here soon. I have seen many matches, and the player excites us. He's a talented player. He's a player that still is young, but he has competed in Libertadores Cup. He has shown in the Colombian League that he's a player that, even though being young and still with a lot to improve and grow, he's shown very good signs. Not for nothing was the player of the year in Colombia, the young player of the year in Colombia. And that's, because he has the quality, he has the talent, and he's showing it on the field. Many clubs I know, like Bravo, when everybody doubted him, that he came, we knew what we got. We knew that he was a very good player, and then teams like Porto and others in Europe were very interested in this player. The same situation with Santiago Moreno. Now we need to make sure that he arrives. We see the time that he's going to take to be able to get used to it. We are going to make sure that we give everything that he needs, and now little by little make sure that he gets to the point that he needs to get to, and then we'll make our selections. But the fact that he's coming soon is definitely very exciting.
We have time for 2 more questions. We'll go to Pike Parker.
Coach, you mentioned Bravo. How does his return help your squad, and what is he sort of what does he add that's been missing maybe when he was gone?
First of all, another choice of fullback, because we're limited in fullback. So we asked a lot from Van Rankin and Bonilla to play constantly and to give a lot when, we knew that they've been tired because they've been working a lot. So first of all is depth. Second is a quality player, a player that has shown, the maturity at a young age. We saw in the Olympics, he was one of the better players for the Argentine national team. The games leading to the Olympics, he's shown tremendous quality and great skills to defend and also to move forward. And I still believe that he can continue to grow. And I think that we're going to see even a better player now returning from the Olympics. So I think he's going to be a huge help for us in the back and will make our defense be even more solid.